NSJT. No secrets, just truth. Jezreel Emil Kavan. We cannot be anything other than who we are. No matter what society says, no matter what the doubters say, no matter what the critics say, we have to be who we are. If we consider ourselves Christian, if we consider ourselves believers, we cannot allow our children to be persuaded away from the grace of God. We can't allow ourselves to be lost to the faith and the grace of God. We have to begin to fight for our beliefs. We have to begin to fight for our morals and our principles. We cannot allow ourselves to be changelings, changing with every moment, or who we're with, or what the conversation may be. We have to defend the Lord at all times. We have to be strong enough within ourselves to be that greatness that God has created. He made no mistake by creating man, and he made no mistake by creating us. We have to begin to deliver on the promise of reuniting ourselves with God. We cannot cry. We cannot mourn. We cannot be lost to the ways of the world. We have to be strong. We have to hold on. We have to raise our children to be great adults in this world, dependent on their own ideals and their own personal reflection of themselves. They have to have self-esteem stronger than anything else in this world. We have to teach them how to battle as we learn how to battle in society, in the world around us. Those who use the circumstances of their youth as an excuse not to do good, as an excuse not to do better, as an excuse not to do what they were intended to do, are not human, are not divine. They are not righteous. They're lost in the darkness of the wilderness, and they shall never be free of the prison of their own mind. We cannot be changelings, serving two masters, learning the incomprehensible language of the evil one. But we must learn the simple tongue of the Master, the Teacher, the Father, the grace of God. He used wisdom to create the foundations of the earth. And it takes wisdom for us to learn and move beyond this realm. It takes wisdom to understand who we are and what we are. Some of us have not had good past memories. Some of us have had our childhood robbed from us. But as an adult, we have to be strong. As an adult, we must confront those things that which hold us back. We must confront those things that which tells us that we are not worthy. I say to you that we are worthy, that we are great, beyond measure. Listen to my voice. There is no sound of weakness in my voice. There's the sound of promise and inspiration that is in my voice, because I believe that the children of destiny is in the world right now. I believe the generations behind us deserve leaders that will stand up for the cause of righteousness. Stand up for the cause of love. Stand up for the cause of truth. I believe that we cannot be changelings. That we, even though our spirits are formless and can take on any form, we should not change with the wind, the weather, or the seasons. We must stand up for what we believe in. We must direct our path to a higher path. We must be the solid rock, the foundation of the kingdom of God. If we change with everything that happens to us, if we change our direction, our trajectory from being that of the moment of destiny, then we find ourselves truly lost to the promise of God. We find ourselves swimming in an endless deep ocean of fear, pain, shame, and doubt. And those who have been doubted in their lives and criticized and put down, you don't need any more of that from yourself. You don't need any more of that from anyone else. God holds you at a higher esteem than anyone else. You have to believe that you are children of destiny, that you are the sons and daughters of the Most High, that you have the power to change the world. You have the power to change who you are, to be greater, to be courageous, to be bold, to be amazing. It is that simple. You can either choose a master who will give you something and take it away, or you can choose a master who gives you something that is immortal and shall last beyond the last day of time. Be not afraid. For fear is not of God. He may discipline us. He must purge us. He may put us in situations to see if we believe in Him. I remember the times that He tested my resolve. And my resolve has remained the same. I serve a master that has begun with time and shall end with time and still continue on. I'm no longer afraid of the steps that I must take. I'm no longer afraid of the change that must come. And that change must come from us all. We can't say that we are Christians and then remove ourselves from the Christian world and serve a master that doesn't love us, doesn't encourage us, doesn't inspire us. Thus, when we read the words of God, we are inspired to do his will. We are inspired to become much more than what has been left. I cannot shed tears for those who are lost to God. I mourn them when I fast and I mourn them when I pray, but I cannot shed a tear. Because my tears are reserved for those who know no better, for those who are already lost to God before they even had a chance to get to know him. But I speak to those who are changelings, who change with the wind, who change with the seasons, who change with the weather, who change with the people that they hang with. Drinking and clubbing and carrying on as if there is not a world spinning. I believe in he who has given me life, he who will keep me from death, he who feeds me constantly, emotionally, spiritually. As my hunger and my thirst increase, he increases by measure of where I am. If any change occurs, it is the change of the will of my Father to do something else, to do something grand, to be something bold, to be something beautiful. He has created me out of the image of perfection and asked me to live up to that perfection. Is not a curse, is not a sin, but it is the purpose. It is the grace and the mercy of God. I cannot and I will not give myself over to a master who believes that materialistic things could sway or control who I am and what I am. In a world where idols are created each and every day, I stand and believe that there is no such greater person or spirit than God. I'm like you, I love movies, I love music, I love technology, I love books, but I am not defined by those things. I am defined by my faith and my belief. Some may question who I am and what I am, but they can question those things, but they cannot change who I am. I am who I am. I was born from a God who had no name. I was born from a God who sent forth his Son to remind us that the power of the law is bed-rooted in love, that its foundation is love, that its purpose is love, that they who stand in the path of the law shall see the glory of God, shall be able to touch the everlasting tree of immortal life and eat from its fruit, because there is something strong buried deep within the earth, a pulse that reminds us of who we are, that reminds us who we serve, that reminds us who we are destined to be. We are destined to be the nation that rise up and speak for the voiceless, for the motherless, for the fatherless, for those who have found their way through the wilderness looking for the dawn of the new day. It is those of us who pray all night until the sun rises for the souls that have been lost to us. Their praise for the souls that will find us. It is not an easy task serving the Lord. I'll be the first to tell you that. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of things that must be done according to His time, not our own. I say to you that everything may not be pleasant and enjoyable serving the Lord, but He makes it up in the blessings and the rewards that He gives us. He teaches us to be not afraid. He teaches us to be strength when weakness is abound. He teaches us to have sight when blindness is abound. He teaches us to hear when deafness is abound. He teaches us to seek Him and understand Him when we are lost and when we are alone. He teaches us that with the great hope we have responsibilities to move forward to the promised land. And as many have said before me, I may not get there with you, but there is a promised land. There is a place of peace. There is the grace of God that shall comfort you. That shall be your rod and staff. Help you lead. Help you change. I am no longer afraid of my immortality. I am no longer afraid of what life will be. I am no longer afraid of what the day may bring forth. Because I know that I'm not a changeling. I don't change with the weather. I don't change with the crowd. I don't change with the seasons. I am who I am, and I will always be that until the end of the earth, to the end of my life. With my last breath, I still will speak prophetically about the glory of God. I'm not doing this for reward or any treasure that is hidden. I'm not doing this to walk the hollow halls of heaven. I'm not doing this so that God can say that I have done a job well done. I am doing this because I know that our path must be led in the greatness of He who came before us, who moved over the earth and created the heavens and the earth, who created every living being upon this planet. To He who has gifted us with math and science and history, theology and psychology. He who has given us sociology. He who has given us calculus and algebra. He who reminds us that all of these things are combined. They create a sight that is unknown to any man until he picks up the knowledge and the wisdom of his will. And he reveals to him the purpose of his life. The purpose of our life is death. And what we do in between life and death. The story that we write. The poetry that we believe in. The spirit of hope. The spirit of truth. The acknowledgement of who we are. We cannot and we shall not live in the darkness any longer. Because inside of us is a burning ember that sparks a flame that becomes our desire to be light to the world. We cannot be changelings. Those who believe 1 minute and disbelieve in the next. Because we have not received what we wanted from God. God knows our hearts. He knows what we want. He knows what we seek. And I say unto you that He will deliver, because that is His promise, to leave us not unturned. He wants us to turn and face the temple. He wants us to pray towards the temple. He wants us to be able to know that we are that temple. That when we look in the mirror, our reflection is the creation of Him. That we must magnify His name beyond our own. That we must defend, protect, and deliver. I will not give up. I will not go silent. I will continue speaking. I will continue living in the world that He has created for me. I will continue to live in serenity. I will continue believing that love is a birthright and not a gift of the popular. I will continue doing the things that He has asked me to do. I am not afraid. Not of the forces of darkness. Not of the forces of the enemy. Not of the forces of reality or society. But I will stand as a man who does not change his beliefs as quickly as he changes his clothes, as quickly as he changes his hair, as quickly as he changes his appearance. I will remain the same. I will stay the course. I will not be afraid. Not in this life, not in this hour, and not in this day. And I will go up against changelings every chance I get, because when you stay in the wind, you belong nowhere. You can call no place home. But for me, I can call the gates of heaven home. I can call my Father. I can call upon those who have not changed, who believe that the Lord is the Lord and Master, the teacher and the Father. I believe in you.